Welcome back to Let's Talk Music. Today we are looking at God Bless Black America by glow9000. This is a Memphis-based artist. He reached out to me and he wanted me to check out his new album that he's dropping. Haven't ever heard of him, but I knew of him. I went to high school with him. So I knew of him. I know he's friends with a couple of my friends. So I was like, you know what? Why not? I'm working on getting an interview with him set up and everyone that's on the album. Hopefully I can get everyone that's on the album. If not, I mainly want him to interview him, ask him questions, learn who he is as an artist, and put him out there. Because let me tell you, this album is so good. You kind of expect with smaller artists that, you know, that are super young, they kind of sound like SoundCloud rappers, and they all kind of like, you can hear the bad mic in the beat doesn't really fit well with what they're trying to do. But glow9000 does so good. Oh my god, it was phenomenal. I kind of thought that Kanye or Tyler was going to start hopping in on it. Like, it was so good. And there's so many different emotions and moods within the song. Not the song, the album. There's high rap, hood rap, like the chorusness that you hear with Kanye. He's even mentioned that he gets a lot of his inspiration from Baby Keem, and you can hear that in the high-pitched voices that are constantly throughout the entire album. There are 14 tracks. I believe the album is 39 minutes long. So for that amount of songs, the songs are kind of short. There's some shorter ones, there's some longer ones. I love the flow of this album. There's only one part where it's like, I think it's a hood rap part where it's like very like hood Atlanta drill, and then it kind of switches into a X heartbreak song, and it was kind of like, it took me a second to get into it. The album is very good at easing you into the next mood. A lot of the high-pitched songs, if the next song is going to be low, it kind of like fades out into that next beat. This album surprised me so much because I've never heard of him. He has been doing music, it looks like, for a bit, and he's put out quite a bit. So if I can't say it enough, please check out this album, this artist, explore what he's doing, because I do believe he's going to get big. This album is phenomenal, great, insane. The album starts out with God Bless America. Now, this isn't really a song. It's the intro. So this one starts out with him just talking. I guess setting the tone for the first few songs. His tone does constantly change throughout the album, and I don't think that he does it bad. I don't think, because I had an issue with Tyler, the Creator. One of his transitions, I have the same issue here with just me personally. The transition is just kind of meh. Like, it takes a second for you, the listener, to get into it. But the God Bless America, he's kind of establishing that he's a better artist than, let's say, if you were an artist. He's better because he works harder and he pushes his stuff harder and he does his own thing. And I think that really works for building a fan base as an artist, is establishing that, you know, like Kanye. Kanye is known for knowing that he can dominate. I think that's why this does so well for me, is because he knows that he as an artist doesn't have to follow what everyone else as an artist is going to do. Fire in the Hole is the second song, has a phenomenal fast-paced beat. It's definitely a rage song. So after that first bit of setting the tone of he's better, he goes into a rage beat. The flow doesn't match the beat like Kanye does, like Tyler does, and the beat at the end of this song helps ease you into the next song by letting you gather your thoughts of what you just listened to see what you expect in the next song, and that's great. I like that he can set the tone and then ease you in to another tone. Let Me Go had a lot of like Cardi and Homicide Gang vibes, had a lot of high-pitched voices with that heavy blah, blah, blah bass that you hear in Homicide Gang and Ken Carson, and that flow again doesn't follow the beat. I love it. I love it. I can't say it enough that as an artist, if you were a small artist, try and step outside of the constant barrier of following the beat, singing with the beat, overlap the beat. If you can overlap the beat, set your tone that you can do whatever you want in your song and it still be good. Stop stealing the wave. That song started up right after you get that Cardi beat, and it had a Kendrick vibe. It very much felt like Kendrick. The high-pitched voice was really what reminded me of it, of Kendrick. More, I'd say around 2018 Kendrick, that area. Kendrick is what it reminded me of. And throughout the first 3 songs, I believe, it was very grunge rage rap. It felt like dark, but like, it's like Cardi. Cardi is the best way I can put it. There was a switch up in the song, and throughout these first 3 songs, actually, I was constantly just banging my head because the beat is so heavy. It's very bass heavy. There's a lot of different unique sounds too, like Kanye, Travis Scott especially can do, is where they add just whatever sound they want and they can make it good. I don't know who made these beats, but they did a great job. I don't know if these are sample beats or beats from another song or what, but these are great, phenomenal. The whole album kind of has this feel of every other artist while still having a uniqueness to this artist. So I've mentioned a bunch already that there was heavy influences from Kanye, Tyler, Travis, even Baby Keem later on. I felt X, Trippie Redd, Juice WRLD. There was a lot of those, and it worked because it still felt like he as an artist was setting the pace for who he wants to be. Don't Run It Up was the next song. It starts out with a stomping, marching type beat like we heard in Chromacopia. It felt like there was a leader near the end. I felt like there was a leader trying to gather a bunch of people in a group, like an army or a fan base, trying to form a fan base, I guess, is a way I could put it in artistry. It was very like military-esque, but not like 2, 3, 4. It was like just a good marching tone. The song started very heavy with that bass, the high-pitched voices, and then it ended in a nice, slow jazz type feel that I felt in College Dropout. This song could fit good in the end of the song. College Dropout, I think, would work. Pick a Lane felt like a drill rap, like an American, not a British drill rap, but an American drill rap. Thought I was going to have to get sturdy real quick for a second. There was a lot of autotune in their voices. So it like a 21 Savage beat, but Travis Scott voice, if that works, or it gives you the idea. I do heavily request that you guys listen to this song on your own. This song is so, not this song, this whole album even is so good. Russian Roulette, in Who's Gonna Run It, there was Who Gonna Run It Up, Who Gonna Run It, Who Gonna Run It Up, and that continues into the song. The beginning beat and lines feel like a continuation of Who Gonna Run It. Russian Roulette instead uses I'm Gonna Let It Fly, and I like the repeating himself for a chorus. Like the chorus was just repeating himself. There was a flow switch in the song. It reminded me of DaBaby. Not in the voice, but in the rhymes and the flow of the flow. The flow of the flow. I'm putting that on a t-shirt, actually. The flow of the flow. There was throughout, not even just this song, but throughout this whole album, I've mentioned it before, but the Tyler, the Creator influences are never bad. Tyler, the Creator is such a great artist, and if you can incorporate the influence the correct way, then you can have a great album, and this does that. Shy's Jumper, voice sounded like snot. If anyone you remembers him from like 2020, voice sounded like that, but it had a Big K Beezy. I don't know if you guys know that. That was a big deep shot right there. Or Hot Boy. It felt like one of him, those two were just gonna pop up in the song and start going with them, but it didn't, because those are higher up artists. But in the future, I think if he could create this song with them, when he gets big, would be a phenomenal song. It had like that Atlanta drill type feel to it. Ball and Chain had a huge mood change. This is the part where I was like, ugh, because you jump from an Atlanta rap to like the X, Trippie Redd, Juice WRLD, Heartbreak Revenge type sad song. This was a heartbreak song. This one didn't carry a lot of revenge and betrayal, but it was more of sadness and not being able to move on from heartbreak. That's the kind of mood and vibe I was getting from this song. Do Unto Others. Saw a couple people from glow9000's social media that a lot of people like this song. This is right after Ball and Chain, which just continues the sad heartbreak song, but this one was more of a betrayal song. It talked a lot about feeling backstabbed, I guess, is what I felt. This is a good heartbreak after you've gotten the heart. Like Ball and Chain was you just got broken up with, now you're just sad. But then this one is Do Unto Others, and this one felt more like you're trying to move on and now you're getting upset about what happened. Throwdown. Oh my god, Throwdown was so good. This is the next song. Throwdown was a very grungy, emo piano beat. Heavy Kanye and Travis Scott vibe, but like newer Kanye, like Vultures era. That album sucked, by the way. There was anyways, I'll get into that in the Vultures review, but heavy Travis Scott, this song had such good artistry. Heavy heartbreak vibes following the last two songs. The feel in between each line and a heavy pitched chorus. It carried a lot of the emotional feel to this song. It had that piano. It was like a sad yet dark song. I felt like it was supposed to be like an Anakin Skywalker or Batman edit song. It was very good. I love this song a lot. This song itself gets a 10 out of 10. Like, this went on my like song playlist. The creativity of making the listener feel the amount of emotion that you feel throughout this entire album. As such a young artist, he's like my age. I'm 19. He's around my age. And the ability to make a listener feel emotion at so young is something not a lot of artists can do, even big ones. There are some artists that can't just make you feel it. This album, especially this song, makes you feel like that gloomy emotion. Maybe in Another Life is the next song, and it feels like this song especially had a very heavy Baby Keem feel to it. He even, as an artist, in his description in Spotify, acknowledged that he has Baby Keem influences. The chorus in this song felt like what Kanye did in College Dropout, that gave it that gospel presence, is very like present here. I say present, I say a lot of words, this like a lot. I repeat myself a lot. But if you can make me repeat an emotion over and over and over again in an album, you are doing something right. Tired of Love feels like X towards the song, and it very much sets the mood and eases you into the last song of the album, which is I've Made Angels Cry. Beginning of the song was heavenly, like very, again, that gospel feel almost, but like lighter. Yeah, yeah, not heavy gospel, but like that light feeling of just the female singing. This one went back to not matching the beat with the flow. Again, setting the tone that you as an artist, your flow and your beat, like the beat isn't everything. The flow is what carries your songs. And I think he does great with that. Beat felt like Frank Ocean could flourish on this song. Like if Frank Ocean was on this song, it would have done amazing. Plus, I think he's retired, because I don't know. At the end of this song, Reggie, my friend, goes on to finish the song by talking. The album starts with talking, the album ends with talking. Reggie felt like he was taking my job, taking my video. He perfectly summed up how glow9000 steps into heavy influences while still being his own creator, and how great he sounds at such a young age and an early artist. He just sounds off the gun, very professional, and it isn't present with a lot of young artists. A lot of young artists sound very just like every other young artist on SoundCloud, but glow9000 is a phenomenal artist. So far, this is the only thing I've really heard from him. He sounds great. Like he's going somewhere. Like the road, if he can stay on how he sounds and what he's doing, is very bright. My top 3 songs: Drum Roll, Russian Roulette, Throwdown, and Fire in the Hole. Fire in the Hole started off the entire album is setting a rage tone that I loved. I love Homicide Gang, and I mentioned that earlier on, that it felt like heavy influence of it, and I loved it. It fit perfectly at the beginning of the album, and then the middle of the album kind of slowly eased you into a sadness, but an understanding of an art artist, if that makes sense. My full album review, 8.5 out of 10. I do believe there is room to grow. Certain parts of the album were great. Some parts felt a little iffy. And the one thing personally I'm going to take from, because I am listening, this is my talk for music. I didn't like the all of a sudden mood change. But other than that, throughout more than one of the songs, he eases you into the next mood. And that's great. So I highly advise you go and check out this album for yourself. Listen to it front to back. Don't skip. Don't allow any obstructions in your life. I love the album cover. Here is his Spotify. If you guys want to go check it out, make sure to follow him. I am setting up an interview with him, Reggie, and hopefully a few other people. So stay tuned for that. Peace. This has been Let's Talk Music. I love you guys. Stay fly.